Hello, everybody. This is Linda DeVitas, owner and founder of healingsonthego.com. I'm a psychic clairvoyant medium, certified healer, Reiki healer, magnified healer, candle manifestation channeling, and a whole bunch more. To see what I do, you can find me at healingsonthego.com. Today, I'm going to talk about healings and all the different variations that I do. But first of all, many people ask me, Linda, why do I even need a healing? So I tell them this: just the way we take baths, we have to take care of our body, our soul. Welcome, Anne. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome, everybody. Please do like and share. So, why do we need healings? Well, let me tell you this. If you don't do a healing, you're just going to be overwhelmed. And basically, you can be going into a supermarket and we pick up energy everywhere. It's not only supermarket, we pick up energy in the house, school, and so on. And sometimes what happens is it leaves a psychic imprint on our soul. So let's say, for example, thank you, Anne. Welcome. Hi, Helen. Thank you, everybody. Welcome, welcome. So what I was saying is the energy is actually sometimes when you go into a store, it could be overwhelming and it could feel like a heaviness. It could make you feel cranky. It could make you feel angry for no reason. There's a lot of ways to pick up energy, and one of them is through the eyes. And when you look at someone's eyes, what happens is energetically we connect with the person's energy field. In the Greek religion, we have it when it's called matiasmeni. And when you have a severe headache, sometimes, like I used to call my dad, guy rest his soul, and I used to say, Dad, I have such a bad headache. And he's like, oh, someone gave you a bad eye. They goes, okay. So tradition in Greek, we do a prayer, or some people use oils, different variations. And what they start doing is they start saying a prayer and cutting the cords. And my father was a master healer and still is. When I call him in spirit world and I tell him, Dad, help me out, he really does. Hi, Maria. Welcome, welcome. Please do like and share. So that's one way to attract the energy through looking at someone. You have to be very careful, like who you're looking at, because a lot of people don't mean it, but they have envious, jealous energy. And you're like, wow. Like one time I was looking at someone and my eyes were killing me. And you know how that feels, Maria. She just had it recently, and poor thing. So in the Greek religion again, or people that believe in the eyes, when you don't have someone cleanse it off you, it lasts for 3 days. You get a severe migraine for 3 days, believe it or not, but it's true. And so that's one of the ways that you pick up energy through the eyes. And it's a terrible feeling. It makes you feel nauseous. Nothing you do can help. Like you can take a whole bunch of aspirin, but it'll still be there. I had it happen to me a couple times. And as much as my twin doesn't like doing healings, but she's really good at it. And we're all pushing her. Come on, join your twin, Linda, and do healings. But yeah, right. She's not going to because she's very sensitive and it throws her off. But she's really good at it. So I said, come on, you got to come down and heal me. And she did. And thank God she did because I felt the weight come off me. So again, people's eyes, they sometimes, again, don't mean it, but they really have bad energy. So what's another way? You can be at the supermarket, suppose it somebody is just not in a good mood, especially if you're empathic. And you could just walk by them. Like I can sense someone's mood just by sitting next to them. They're like, wow, he's in a bad mood, or. But we all have our moods. And of course, we're only human, but we pick up energy, and if that energy stays on you, it will make you feel overwhelmed, stressed out, to the point that you feel like, what's wrong with me? I don't feel like myself. Did you ever go somewhere and you're like, you picked up something, you're like, well, that's just not me, I don't usually feel that way? Or how spirits talk, they talk through your mind, and all of a sudden you're like, where did that thought come from? And so spirits download information too. So there's a whole bunch of ways that you could pick up on very dark energy just by going in someone's house. Now, I'll give you an example. So I went to this lady's business and she had a very haunted basement. When she sees the show, she's gonna laugh because she really had a bad one. So within seconds, I felt like something was really off in there. So it just took seconds for me. It took me like a day to to like be okay with it. But I'm like, geez, if I knew this, I would have came with armor. But certain energies, you don't know what they're doing. So that's why I always recommend a healing. And what are healings? Well, let's talk about one of the most famous one, Reiki. Reiki is a universal energy. So basically, when I do Reiki, very different from the normal person. And it's funny because I channel a lot of things. So what I do is I call on to Dr. Yusui and Mrs. Staccato, which they are the Reiki, god and goddesses, you can call them, or actually the channelers that come and they infuse your hands. So when I ask for guidance to come through, I feel all of a sudden my hands start burning. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm ready to go. So a lot of people don't feel comfortable with the Reiki healing. And so they start feeling very sweaty or unease, but I'm used to it by now. And so, what is Reiki? The energy comes through me and I transmit the energy to the person. And normal Reiki practitioners do not get visions and channelings like I do. So basically, if I'm doing your healing, all of a sudden I'll feel Grandma Moses come through. So I'll say, before I even start telling the person something, I'll say, okay, are you open to receiving messages if I get some visitor that comes through? And usually it's a yes. And so I say, okay, who's this lady that came in? I'll describe, oh, her hair used to be up, or, some kind of different, like right now I'm talking about it and there's a moth here. So that's actually spirit as well. So she'll say, yes, I'm interested in, hearing about it. And I try not to talk through the whole session because they're coming to relax, not do a whole channeling. But a lot of loved ones come into the healing, and also archangels. I'll give you an example. Her archangel was Archangel Michael, and she had picked up a lot of energetic cords where she felt very overwhelmed. And so basically, Archangel Michael is very good for cutting the cords. Cutting cords of what does not serve your highest good, because literally you look corded up, and I know how to cut it off and release it. So this is when I do in person. And I haven't done I've done a couple of in person, but I stopped doing it when it was the COVID. So basically, now I do them, but sometimes I do wear a mask just because some people are not comfortable with you being on top of them and breathing on them. And, for my own thing too. So I call on to the angels, they come in and they start beaming you. Now, this is the funny part. I had my friend and she's like, Linda, did you just hear that? I said, what? She heard her American Indians playing drums. And actually, it came out of nowhere because I know nobody was downstairs at my house. And then my sister, wasn't here too. So I said, that's funny. And then I looked out the window because she's laying down. And I said, well, this weird, like we do have neighbors, but that never happened before. So it was American Indian guides that came in, and she heard them, and she loves when I do healings because she gets to connect with spirit just as much as I do, and she's very open to it, which makes things great because it's not like they think, oh, you're out of your mind, you're hearing things. No, she heard it too. So while usually my clients have their eyes closed, some want them open, and that's fine either way. But in this case, her eyes were closed. And she's like, Linda, are you on my feet? And then I was actually by her head. I said, no, I'm not. I said, look. So she's like, oh my goodness, I felt heat on my feet. So I told her, I said, look, when I do healings, I go, there's a tribe of us in here. It's not only me. So the angels come in, your loved ones come in, they're talking through me. They're like, oh God, put some more feathers on her. She needs more of what you're doing. So I'm channeling, she's feeling it. And it's such an awesome experience because it's not just like, okay, I beam my hands, don't talk, and then just let you go. And this lady told me one time, well, I found somebody really much cheaper than what you charge on Groupon. That said, okay, if you feel comfortable, go with whoever you feel comfortable with, because energy is an exchange. And as much as I do not charge a fortune, very little for what I do. It's not much at all, because I know some people in the city charge 350 and up, but I pick, my prices are always at a good price. And so anyway, she's like, go. I told her, go if you feel comfortable. So she did go. And it was so funny because she called me up the next day. She goes, Linda, you got to help me. That's it. What happened now? She's like, she messed me up. I feel off. I go, well, that's what you get. I was like, I didn't get offended because, I'm not the only healer. There's a lot of gifted people. And if you feel comfortable, go with wherever you want to go. So I said, look, I never brag about myself. I'm the most humble person you'll ever meet, I told her. But I know what I'm doing. And I have certificates. I go, I know exactly how to help people. I said, but I would never force you to come to me. You come to me because you want to come to me. And she wanted to experience someone else, and that was totally fine, but she came a mess. I go, next time she messes you up, keep it to yourself. Oh, she messed me up too for a day or so. So she was laughing. She goes, I'm so sorry. And I go, don't be sorry. If you want to experience someone, just be careful who you go to, because people can mess up your energy field so bad. Good luck getting it back. I know this lady that went for acupressure, not acupressure, the acupuncture. She never had vertigo. They put needles in her head. Now she has vertigo, chronic vertigo. I was like, oh, I can relate to that. That's horrible. I suffered a lot. So you just have to be really careful who you're going to. And a quick hello to Lorraine. Thank you, Lorraine, for joining me. Please like and share, everybody. Thank you so much and welcome. So that's Reiki. Reiki is a universal energy which you call upon and it brings the energy down to me. Then I transmute it to you. And what I do is I feel the energy. So I can feel a lot of heaviness over your head. So I'll work on your head. I'll work throughout your whole meridians and your chakra points. And we'll have a good laugh. And so I do let you rest too. And, it's not all talking. You also get to enjoy the healing, feel the energy. And afterwards, I make sure you're glowing like a diamond. So that's one of them that's very popular. Reiki, Reiki. Reiki crystal healing is another one I do. Reiki crystal is about the same thing, except I put stones all over your body and I get channeled what stones to put. It's not a basic thing. Certain Reiki practitioners, crystal healers, they're like, oh, they're set by what they were taught, but I don't work that way. I go by my intuition. So if I feel you need white here, just because it's the heart chakra and it's green, I'm not going to put green there. I'm going to put what my guides are telling me. So I know that's going to help you even better. So Reiki crystal healing is all about Reiki and the stones. Now, my daughter's godmother inspired me. God bless her. I do Reiki feathering, which is a very quick, it's like people that are on the go. So let's say 15 minutes, stand up. I start feathering you and Reiki. So with this one, I call on to American Indian guides. And the American Indians come on in and they like a lot of bells and they like different stuff. They love feathers. And usually the people that are, it's funny and very interesting, the people that are interested in doing Reiki healings, the feather ones, are connected with American Indians. So it's like they sense it because their soul is calling onto the American Indians. And they come with feathers and they, woo, and then sometimes my daughter laughs. She goes, Mommy, you're funny. Because things come through me, but in a positive way. For everyone that doesn't know, I work only with the light, no darkness. And, I'm a light worker with the white light, and I do only good because that's how I was raised, always to do good to people. And I love helping everybody that comes my way. Everyone knows that when they come to Linda, they're well taken care of. Okay, everybody, we're going to take a very quick commercial break, and I will be right back right after these messages. Stay tuned, everyone.
All right. Is everybody having a good time tonight or what? That's what I thought.
Hi, I am Linda DeVitis. I am a psychic, clairvoyant medium, and certified healer. I have also written a book, My Journey from Darkness to the Light, which is available on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, and on my website, www.healingsonthego.com. If you would like to book an appointment with me, call me at 917-929-4935. Thank you. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Yay! More about healings. The next healing that I offer is magnified healing. Not many people know about magnified healing. And the difference between magnified healing and Reiki healing is magnified healing does not come from calling onto the energy. Magnified healing is magnifying your own energy. So it's not separate. So it's not like I'm calling it, it's inside us. And magnified healing comes from the goddess Kuan Yang. And she comes in, she's very, she is a very gentle energy, and with, she works a lot with the heart chakra, mind, body, and soul. So it's basically clearing out your nervous system, balancing your spine, rinsing the waste energy, building your body gracefully. So, magnified healing is totally different. It has its own universal energy and it's very powerful. It makes your body zing with like the white light, and it makes you feel very happy, relaxed, and calm. It also is magnified healing is more like when you want to release something that's of the heart, because it focuses on the heart. Let's say somebody hurt you, somebody mistrusted you, forgiving yourself. So what you do is you have to, during the healing, again the guides come in, and it's forgiving yourself for letting someone hurt you, forgiving them, because if you don't forgive them, no matter what they've done to you, if you do not forgive them, the energy is coming back to you. So basically, that anger, hate is going to stick inside you, not them. So it doesn't mean that, okay, go be friends again after they just stabbed you in the back or whatever they did to you. I totally understand when you want to disconnect from the person. You don't have to be their best friend. You don't even have to talk to them. But what do you cut? The emotional tie to them. So let's say they hurt you. Do not hold on to the hate, because what does hate do? It gives you cancer. And of course, you get cancer from other things, but holding on to hate is the worst. Sorrow, everything that we put into our body, we're going to suffer. They're not going to suffer. They don't care what you're going through, especially if they hurt you. So let's say fear, the heart chakra, anger, cancer. You know, everything is going to reflect your body. Eventually, it's going to be there. You have to let it out. If you're going through a breakup, if you're going through health issues, everything, it needs, your energy has to clear. And now they offer beautiful healings in even the hospitals. So magnified healing, a lot of people do not do because it's pretty much newer than the Reiki healing. I believe it's 2000 something, while Reiki has been around for the longest time. But again, the magnified healing has a lot to do with the heart, mind, and body and soul. Even though they're all balancing, it's magnifying the energy inside you, not calling onto it. It's a very powerful energy and very feminine energy. So, Kuan Yang, she's the goddess of magnified healing. And basically, without, sending the energy with my hands onto the head and gradually moving down, the receivers, the clients, whoever comes in to experience magnified healing, usually leave very happy. A lot of them fall asleep. I have to be honest with you. I think almost so many people that do healings end up falling asleep. I'm like, okay, you're done now. So basically, that's the number one thing. They fall asleep. And that's a good thing because your body is cleansing and healing. I had a man that he barely could sleep at all, and he actually fell asleep during a healing, which was really miraculous because he's like, I can't fall asleep easy because his body was all tense. It's all in the mind, like how we perceive things causes anxiety and stress. How do we see things? Everything has a solution, but focusing on it from a different point of view. And that's another story. But as I tell people, yes, I'm giving you a healing, but you have to work with me too. So it's like going and taking a bath. It depends. When you take a bath, are you going to go and play in the mud again and you're going to get dirty faster? Or are you going to maintain yourself, take care of yourself, keep being clean, like don't get dirty so fast. So I also tell them and give them advice, and which comes to the next subject, affirmations. What are affirmations? A lot of people talk about it, but what are they really? They're words, utterances, vibration, cell. They go into your cell. So whatever comes out of your mouth, and I know a lot of people like to curse, and no judgment there, you do as you please, but you have to feel into the words. When you speak words, they attract energy. And we won't go to the bad words. We'll keep it nice and easy. So when you say joy, happiness, what do you feel? The energy goes up. When you feel happy, how are you feeling? You're not feeling down, you're feeling up. So when you say, like, let's say a word that's lower vibration, which is like, I always get bad luck. Oh, this is to be expected. Yeah, my luck. You see, you're actually pulling your energy down. When you believe that you deserve and this is your luck to have bad luck, then good luck to you. But you cannot believe those things. Come on, girls and boys, everybody. What you're feeding your mind, what are you telling yourself? You're telling yourself that you deserve or you're attracting this energy, and that is what's going to come to you. Your words are your wand. So speak positive. Even if you don't feel positive, you have to speak that way. Because if you're going to continue say, oh well, I never do this or I never do that, and you know what I mean, Helen? So what are you expecting? Roses? Or are you expecting weeds? So it's natural, we're all human, and sometimes even me, I get discouraged, but I try to think like, when you say something, do you want it manifested into your reality? No. So if the answer is no, change your thinking, because more of what you're focusing on is what's going to come to you. And it takes practice because we all have our bad days, we all have our good days, but don't keep it consistent. You know, try like with this new year, and happy new year to everybody, by the way, all the blessings to everybody. But one of the things is watch how you're feeding your mind, watch how you present yourself to others. Like I tell my daughter, I say, if you talk to someone and you say, or you talk to me and say, I want it now, and you say it nasty, you think I'm going to listen to you? No. But if you say, well, mom, I would love to have it, but in a sweet, nice way, people listen to that, because even dogs, even kids, everyone wants to feel respected. You can't talk to them nasty and expect something good, you know? Have respect and talk nice to people. The way you talk and project yourself to others is how they're going to listen to you. If you're demanding and mean, you think someone's going to want to listen? No. So, healings is all about also you participate in the healing. I can give you a million healings, but if you go back to your old thinking and thinking negative, then your healing is going to be very short lived. It's just going to feel nice for maybe a few days, and then you're going to go right back to where you came from. And I used to ask my guides, I'm like, how come when I do a healing that, why doesn't it last really long? And then it told me, well, why do you think it doesn't last long? Because we all participate. We all have free will to do and choose as we please. I can tell you a bunch of things, but it's up to you. Are you going to make the decision to self improve yourself? Are you going to make the decision to, be more positive? We all have our dark days, but do not make it like every day is just bad and gloomy, because then you're just going to bring yourself down in a lot. One time, when was it? A couple of years ago, it was so funny because I was having one of my bad days. I was laying down and then I felt my guides go, get up. There's nothing wrong with you. So I was laughing to myself and I was like, okay, I'll get up. But mine, I have two guides. One is blonde with her name is Rosa. Sometimes she changes her name. I think it's her daughter, Susie. And then I have an African American one, Lawanda, and it's so funny because she goes to me, girl, get up. There's nothing wrong with you. I was like, okay. So, magnified healing is really good for people that are going through, again, lots of negative emotions. It heals diseases. Again, do contact your doctor, you know, do go to the doctor if you need to go and, consult with them. But magnified healing develops intuitive skills. It also enhances creativity. It promotes restfulness and sleep. It reduces a lot of pain and body aches. It helps to remove phobias and fears. It eliminates stress and anxiety. And it connects you with your higher intuition, better connection with your own energy. So this is a nice clearing. It's like washing yourself. And that's why the affirmations are important. And when people want to, I sit down with them and I write a whole list and I tell them, stick it on your refrigerator or so you can see it every day. But practice once a day. Look at yourself in the eyes. Do you know that you've been out around for millions of years? And just see that you're doing the best you can. Love yourself, because when you love yourself, you don't tolerate certain things. You don't let someone talk nasty to you. You don't let someone take advantage of you. Love yourself is number one. So I work with people that need help loving themselves, gaining more confidence, cleansing their energy, so that way we can kind of renew them and go on and make them feel strong, because we're all strong creators and we're not here to suffer every single day. We are here for our own mission, and every day should be the best day. Even though we all go through, again, our turmoils up and down, but make it. When you wake up in the morning, that's the best time to say, hey, this day is going to be great. And let's say something happens, because sometimes things will happen. Just say things are temporary. It takes practice. Practice makes perfect. But everything I know in my own experience, things always pan out for the best, even though we don't see it at that time. Things happen that are terrible. And they're like, Linda, what lesson's that? But later on, you're going to see what the lesson was. But things like my book, My Journey from Darkness to the Light. Did I hide it? Yeah, I gave it to this lady. Well, my book, My Journey from Darkness to the Light, I went through a lot of hell throughout my whole childhood. I went through so much, and you can find it at healingsonthego.com. I went through a lot of stuff. Every day was anxiety, panic attack. I was crippled in fear. I was always red, and they thought, oh, you have a pretty color. Meanwhile, I was so scared and nervous, and I probably had high blood pressure, but I went through a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress when I was introduced to spirits, and I went through a whole bunch of stuff. And the book is really a softer version of it, but I went through a lot of bad things. And I'm a witness to empathize with people that are going with severe anxiety and severe panic attacks when you feel like your world is crumbling apart. Well, I tell you this, there's help. And that's how I got into the healing. So through my darkness, opened me up to heal and help people. I can empathize with you and say, I know exactly how you feel because I do. I think I've thought of every fear there is. I went through a lot of fears, countless ones. And so I can totally understand where you're coming from. And people are so quick to be snappy. Like, what's wrong with you people? Be nice to people because you don't know what they're going through. You don't know what strength they had to go through to get up in the morning, and you just have to be nasty. Come on. I mean, we can't control people, but I wish that people, even one by one, could just smile because sometimes you'll just make their day just by smiling. Everyone's going through a lot of stress. So healings, again, are important. And moving on to the next one. After healings, I'm going to talk about why I have 5-star reviews. And I'll tell you a little story. I was going through a very bad financial time. And I was praying. I said, please, God, let me do something that I can help others, at the same time help myself, because we were buried in bills. So I started praying, and I came up with a candle. And what it is candle manifestation channeling. And it's rated almost 50-star reviews on Google Maps. I'm very happy to say. And so what is candle manifestation channeling? Well, I'm going to show you one. So it's a beautiful candle. And what it is I pray to God and the angels. And as part of your spirit, while I say your name, little part of your spirit goes in here, and I can tell exactly how you're feeling just by looking at it. So I've done thousands and thousands, I'm happy to say, from 2015. I've done thousands of them. Many have performed amazing miracles through God's help and intervention. I've prayed for people, and God comes through, his angels come through. I'm just the middleman. I write the channeling, I put guidance in it, and God does the miracles. And thank you, God, so much for this gift. It's helped miraculous people. I mean, the healings are amazing. And that's one of my favorite ones to do because you don't have to even come to me. So what I do is I ask you take a recent picture of yourself, your full name, then you tell me, what do you need? You need a healing on what specific area? And let God take over. So those are amazing. They're called candle manifestation channelings. You can find them at healingsonthego.com. And there's another one called candle manifestation with the programmed candle. So the programmed candle looks like a votive candle, but it has a lot of infused oils and herbs. Just it kind of intensifies the candle itself. And thank God, I mean, one day I'm going to write a book about those blessings, but candle manifestation channeling is amazing. I even did it for myself when I was going through. I had the corona, when was it, last month, and I was not feeling good. And I even lit my own candle, and thank God I got better faster. Of course, the medicine helps. You can't say, but I feel these candles will talk through you. Like angel will speak through you. Like, let's say, for example, you need guidance at something. You'll get like a sign. Some sign will come up, a song or something you just saw, or a newspaper saying something. They talk through you in guidance. So it's opening the path, the doorway for things, the angels to come and bless you and answer. What are you trying to manifest? Do you need help with them? We're calling onto their energy. We're asking for help. Come on, guides, come on in. And they do come in. And there's been stories and stories and stories of people in you know, those hospices, and they have like days to live. And after I did the Trinity candle, which those are only, I've done only a few, maybe like 10 to 15 of them were in urgent care. And knock on wood, I have to say that not one has failed me. And God comes and intervenes. And either they were just on their death door dying the same day. They were like, I had one that her father was dying. And she was like, please, just a little more. She wanted him to stay. And I prayed and prayed 3 days, candle manifestation channeling. Within the third day, he lasted another month. The doctors were shocked when he was actually released from the hospital. Meanwhile, it's like saying, okay, your organs are shutting off and you're going to be going soon. And they were shocked to know that he actually survived that, went home, and lived an extra month. So God will always intervene when you ask Him and pray. And I believe that we all have the power to pray. Thank you, Helen. Yes, I did. Remember, she had the corona. She had a very small chance of living, and the candles extended, and she got better in a few weeks. Yes. So it's amazing. There's so many stories. People on their deathbed. I'm just shocked. But thank God that God comes through. Thank you, Helen. And He does do miracles. All we have to do is ask. I believe we all have the power of prayer. Now, I never said I'm better than anybody, but I do believe that what I do is always from pure heart to help people. And God always comes through and miracles do happen. And I always buy flowers and I say, thank you, God, thank you. I knew this would be okay, or that person would be okay. And I'll never forget with your cousin, Helen. She was gonna die. I even felt it through her picture. And I remember that night Jesus came through. I'll never forget it. That's like one of my memories. And he said, your prayer for her has been answered. She's going to be fine. And no one believed it because they all thought she was going to die. And I'll never forget that she said, yes, she was going to die is right. And I'll never forget when Jesus said, your prayer has been answered. And then I called Helen up that's watching now. And I said, oh my God, and I remembered to tell her when she got out of the hospital. And he came through and he said, your prayer has been answered. And it's miraculous when you get certain signs. And I always thank you, Jesus, and everybody, all the angels and God, the creator of all. So keep on praying and never lose hope, because there is hope. Never lose hope. When you think you're going to die, well, guess what? You're going to live a little longer, and appreciate every day. I'm going to take a quick commercial break, and I will be right back right after these messages. Stay tuned, everybody. Hi, I am Linda DeVitis. I am a psychic, clairvoyant medium, and certified healer. I have also written a book, My Journey from Darkness to the Light, which is available on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, and on my website, www.healingsonthego.com. If you would like to book an appointment with me, call me at 917-929-4935. Thank you.
All right. Is everybody having a good time tonight or what? That's what I thought.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Okay, I'm going to continue talking about professional space clearing. What is that? I'm a certified professional space clearer. And what does that mean is I can clear the space in your home and your business. Sometimes you will go into a store where you will feel their energy is off. It doesn't feel welcoming. It feels very negative. I've had a lot of experiences where I went to a store and I didn't feel that it had good energy. And that's all that you need. When you have a store, you want people to come in, not run away. So I went into the store and I felt like this man's like, oh, we've been a little slow. And I'm like, you need a little clearing because, again, people bring in their energy, even your own energy. If you're not feeling good, it will be absorbed. And what happens is it'll start spreading. So it'll look like a cloud and then it'll start going into the other rooms, just like a dark cloud would. And whenever you feel like you're in your house and you feel like, well, I don't want to be there, well, there's something negative. So it does need a clearing. And if you want to bring in a lot of business, you have to have welcoming energy. So the good thing about this is, again, I don't have to come to your space. I do if you want me to, but I also do them long distance. And I've been doing that a lot since the virus. I do them long distance, which had still amazing results. So you say, well, how do you do that if you don't go in person? So basically what I do is I ask you to take pictures of every room in your space. And what I do is you text it over to me. I go have them printed out. And not only do I clear your space, but I also clear everyone in the space. So basically, if you're going to clear your space, people that live there need to be clear too, or else what are you doing? It's just not going to balance right. So what I do is I put the beautiful pictures on the floor. Some people like to put like little sketches. I used to do it with sketches, but people would get confused. Oh, does it look right? So I said, you know what? Take pictures of it, send it to me. And what I do is I scan over the page. Believe it or not, it has energy. I know what room had something dark. I feel it being very sticky. I know if something is in there. So what does it come with? It comes with cleansing of the space. And I tell you, okay, this room felt very negative. So after when I'm done, I'll tell you all of this and I'll tell you what to do in that room. Sometimes you need to physically put something in there as an extension to the healing. And I put a lot of stones on the paper. I do, again, all my beautiful angels come in and I light a little candle for the house or the space to welcome the energy because they're guardians of every space, believe it or not. And they will say, are we welcomed into this space? So give you an example. A lot of people say, I don't believe in spirits, but I believe in hauntings. Well, that's good because it's the same thing. So you're telling me that only the bad spirits survive? No, actually, they do not. Both good and bad survive. So I tell them that if there's a lot of negativity, it has to be cleared because these spirits, when you're on their level, they will come in. And that's how hauntings come in. When something looks really spooky, what do you think? It's attracting the energy that it's fitting, right? It's matching negative energies will come in. It's uplifting, angelic energy will come in. So what you're giving, you're getting. So basically, I clear all that. I tell you what the angel said. I don't write it down, no, but I do text it or I will speak on the phone and tell you what I felt. I also read the wax of the welcoming the angels into the space, and I'll tell you what it showed in that. It takes about 2.5 hours, and it's just as effective, I believe. A lot of people have given me 5-star reviews of that as well. Lots of people that need money or the money energy sent. We put all that. It depends what you want to manifest. You want money, we're going to throw money in there. You want love, we're going to throw money, love and money. It depends. Usually I ask for one intention because then it gets a little confusing. Why? Because we have to specify the angels that come into, let's say, money angels, money guides. We don't want to mix everything up. And then it's like, so what did the wax mean? Is it love or money? So basically, it's a very interesting, very powerful way to space clear. And people that want the bonus package, what it is it's long distance. And the bonus package is the next day I come into your space and I clear it all up again. So it's like a 2-day thing. So depending on what you're looking to do, so you can find it at healingsonthego.com as well and find more information on that. Um, okay, so next one is the dolphins. People tell me, how do you heal with the dolphin energy? I said, well, dolphin energy is very, very interesting because they come with they come for the kids that are suffering with acoustic or some kind of imbalance of the children. Dolphins are so very happy and playful. When I call their energy, all they want to do is dance. Their energy is very joyful, happy. They flow, the energy flows. And again, you can do it again in person or long distance. And when it's long distance, I call onto their energy, I visualize them, and it's really playful. They give me images, I tell them what's going on. The dolphin energies come sometimes, the pink energies, the love energy of the dolphins, and the dolphin and whales are like the most amazing of all. They're amazing in their healing. And I guess that's why a lot of countries get rid of them, because it's unfortunate the healing energies that come from both of them. Sometimes, some people don't understand things and then they get rid of things. So dolphin healing is very amazing, very powerful. I used to do that when my dad was alive. He used to suffer, and he said, Linda, from all your healings, back then I didn't do the candle, but he loved the dolphin healing. And it's funny, when I prayed for the dolphins with him, he goes, I don't know what happened to my computer. All of a sudden he saw a big face of a dolphin. He's like, I didn't take a picture of it. So it's like the dolphins telling him they heard my request. He's going to be okay. So he loved the dolphin energy because, wow, he felt like so amazed by it. And they're truly wonderful. Their frequency is of joy, creating flow, love, abundance, opening up the heart chakra, because they're very playful. They don't want you to be sad. They're like, hey, snap out of it. Dolphins and whales, they're the highest consciousness and the intelligence. They are happy to help. And when you call on to them, they are amazing. I always recommend to put a symbol of the dolphin or a fish, goldfish, it depends what you want, at your door, because they bring in abundance, the flow. You need things to circulate, you put the fishes by your door. Fishes also represent money, money, and clearing. Everything needs to be cleared, basically. So take care of yourself, love yourself, and don't let that heavy energy engulf your whole body. Because as the way we take showers, we have to take care of our energy field. And again, you will know when your energy field is off just by the way you're feeling, cranky or not, and just not yourself. I do want to recommend these beautiful, beautiful natural herbs that my company has made. You can find them at healingsonthego.com. I do have 5-star reviews, and they're good. They've helped many people with just one pill. So basically, just taking one pill, it will relax you, help you promote a healthy immune system, sleep aid, restful sleep, relaxation. If you're having a hard time sleeping, I recommend you try these. They're amazing. And again, they have 5-star reviews. So just try one and see how you get knocked out. Some people are like, well, I tried everything. Just try these. I am sure they will help you, because everyone that contacted me, they're like, they couldn't sleep, and it helped them tremendously. And they're made of natural herbs. They're made from vitamin C, vitamin D3, zinc, elderberry, echinacea, valerian powder, chamomile flower, L-theanine, and melatonin. So basically, these are all natural, and they are GMP approved. Some people say, how about FDA? FDA is only for medicine. It's just for medicine, like, cough, stuff like that. For vitamins, they're FDA inspected, but the medicine is approved. So, with that said, everybody, this is an awesome experience. If you do want to try my healings again, I would be more than welcome your beautiful energy into the candle or into the Reiki magnified healing. I have a whole bunch. I'm certified in all of them, and I've helped thousands of people, especially with the candles, because candles, the best thing is you do not need to be there in person. And a lot of things I do, you don't really need to be in person. They're usually, the healing varies from an hour. If it is professional space clearing, for the space, it's usually 2.5 hours or more. Thank you, Anne. You're such a sweetheart. So a lot of things, we have to maintain ourselves, because when you think about it, what makes you sick? It's how you feel. Have you noticed? I used to have my sister tell me, Linda, I felt so happy. I went out in such freezing weather and I didn't get sick. Why? Because your energy was so happy and high, you didn't get sick. So even though I don't recommend you go out with, not dressing good, but I'm just saying your energy makes you or breaks you. It will either make you, drag you down into the mud, or make you feel happy like the stars and the beautiful sun. So it's always recommended, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself and heal your, well, you can also heal yourself by meditations. You could try meditations. I love rosemary. The best thing and the most powerful thing is affirmations, meditations. I'm thinking, what else? Just going by places that make you feel good. If it's by the trees or by water, those are natural healing remedies. But if you need assistance, I'll be more than happy to help. Again, you can find me at healingsonthego.com. I'm on Facebook, Twitter. I'm all over the place, Instagram. So if you have any questions, feel free anytime to message me and I will get back to you. Okay, everybody. Well, stay happy and healthy. Good night, Anne, and thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. It's an awesome experience, and love yourself. Love yourself, protect yourself through your energy field, and always feed yourself positivity. As much as they're dark days, they are always brighter days, because think about it, it doesn't rain forever, and the ball doesn't stay down forever. It'll bounce back up. So every day is a gift. God bless each and every one of you, and thank you so much for tuning in. God bless each and every one of you. Have a good night, everyone.